ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suds News. My name is Vinnie. This is Angela. As always, we are here to provide you with the absolute best news that there is to come out of the city of Port Charles, New York, and up to date, and got a lot to go over. Angela, how was your week?
GH-wise, it was wonderful. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We do not get into the other stuff here.
Yes, we do not do that here.
But yes, I do want to say that, as always, I want to recommend and let you guys know that we are an official sponsor. We are an official affiliate of WWE Shop, which is a Fanatics experience. Go over to suds-media.com/wrestling merch. That has our affiliate link in there. And buy something that you want from WWE, whether it's promoting Braun Breaker, who's, in my opinion, the future of the WWE. Some for WrestleMania, some for ECW, anything from any current superstar or legend or NXT star, whatever the case is, go over there, suds-media.com/wrestling merch. Also, buy our merch, suds-media.com/merch. And that brings you to our Threadless page, which has our logos, our officially licensed merchandise up there as well. So go get on that as well. But the big news I do want to let everybody know is this coming Saturday into Sunday, we are doing the first ever Suds Media charity telethon. It's going to be a 24-hour telethon live starting at 12 noon on Saturday the 16th, and we're going straight to 12 noon on Sunday the 17th. Angela's going to be a part of it with me. Kim from Dockside of the Bay is going to be a part of it. And we have signed quite a number of interviews as well. And we've got some other people, other podcasters joining in, just signed. I do want to let everybody know that, just signed is the gentleman from the Kicking Out at 2 podcast. He's going to be coming on at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central for 30 to 60 minutes.
Nice.
I also do want to announce that currently it's set at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. We do have General Hospital's own Nicholas Cassadine. Adam Huss will be coming on for a 30-minute interview.
Very exciting.
What?
And we have a couple of the Studio City cast that are going to be scheduled this week.
That is true. And we are working on more. Hey, Jeannie, welcome to the chat. Also, Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, right before we end the show, we are going to have Stanley Carr from Wrestling with Heart. His radio show is on weekly, and he's going to be joining us for 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Time on Sunday. Let's see. So we do have a number of people that are going to be joining us. Hi, Julia. Welcome to the chat. Definitely share and share. We're going to be on all of these platforms, Facebook, the 3 different YouTube channels, as well as the 4 different Twitch accounts that we are currently live on. That's going to be this weekend from Saturday at 12 noon to Sunday at 12 noon. And, of course, that is to benefit Samantha's friends. And I want to thank you, Angela, for promoting on Days for Dummies yesterday. I'm still waiting for Matt and Kat to see whether they're going to come on or not. So.
I think. Actually, Matt said they were going to talk about it and decide today or tomorrow. So yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe Matt and Kat.
I'll bully them.
Yes.
I'll bully them.
We also have Donald Peebles coming on Saturday. Flobo Boyce and I are going to be doing a pre-recorded segment that'll be showing during the telethon at some point. So either way, we're going to be having a lot of fun for 24 straight hours.
And the more the time goes, the goofier and more fun we will have.
That is very, very true. So remember to mark it on the calendars this weekend, Saturday the 16th at 12 noon Eastern Time to Sunday the 17th.
I'm excited. I'm
I
really
am
excited.
excited as well.
So,
All right.
yes.
So, Jeannie says that I have not watched today's show, but I will. I did.
Mhm.
We both did. We are all caught up. And
Yep.
I've got to tell you, I know it goes against the grain, but the storyline right now between Drew and Willow is got soap written all over it.
It's so soapy. I mean, I get it. People like their couples and stuff, but it's so soapy.
Michael and Willow are finally interesting for the first time in
Right?
at least a year.
I it, Soap couples can't be happy. They're
No,
boring. We need this all. We need mess. I need Willow pregnant. I need Sasha pregnant. Uh I need Drew and Nina deciding to be together and then they find out Willow's pregnant and yeah, I just need soap. People, soap.
yes. Although, and Tracy said it best as she was talking to Cody last week that Drew is
I
a
love
Quartermain.
I absolutely loved that because it's so true.
Yes,
He's following in his daddy's footsteps.
he has
You know,
become a true Quartermain.
his existence was one of Alan's affairs.
Yes, you're exactly right.
So, and I mean, Michael sleeping with Sasha and then the next morning making up with Willow and sleeping with her
Yep.
is also very throwback to how he was conceived.
Oh,
Because
really?
Carly and Tony had a fight and broke up. And
Ah,
she went to go look for Jason, but she found AJ and they got drunk and had sex. And then she went home and Tony and her made up
I
and
actually
had
didn't.
sex.
I actually didn't realize she was with Tony because I thought she tried to ruin the marriage
Oh,
between Bobby
no,
and
no,
Tony.
no, no. Tony and her, oh no, she got him. Bobby and Tony got divorced. At one point, Tony and Carly were engaged.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I did not
yeah.
realize that.
Oh yeah. So it was an interesting, I thought an interesting,
Interesting turn of events. His
yes, that
history
he,
repeating
yeah,
itself.
that he found himself in the same situation his mother had been in that led to him existing.
Wow. Well, and the people online are saying that the writers at GH don't know their history, and they're slapping all of the fans in the face because of their lack of historical knowledge of the show, which I think is BS.
It is.
Because the simple fact is that they're re I don't want to say rewriting history, but they are writing with as an ode to history.
Right. I mean, I hear people all the time say that they've changed history. They changed this one's history. They changed that one's, and I'm like it was really bad with the Jason and Carly stuff. And I always ask, what did they change exactly?
Right.
What exactly did they change? And I'm not saying that they never change anything because of course they do, but
Yeah.
that's soaps. Soaps retcon things.
Yeah. They have to.
They do that. That's how it goes. They
Yeah.
always have. And I haven't seen anything lately that's being rewritten. I
Right.
mean,
I mean, the entirety of Sasha being Holly and Robert's daughter is, subject to controversy because of the time frame, but it's easily explained because of the fact that
mhm.
Robert was supposedly dead for a while, and you know, you have a time
And
frame that
time is
potential.
fluid.
Yes,
Time is fluid on soap operas. It just is.
yes.
And long lost children you never knew existed are fluid, and I don't know.
You know, I
It's
I do say that it does. The only thing that really bothered me, and it did provide for a good conversation between Willow and Sasha, was the idea that Sasha said, Sasha kept saying that her mother was dead, and then when Willow called her out on it, she said, "Well, I always wished she was."
Yeah.
And I get that when you're in a
Right.
situation where you don't care about your parent for whatever reason,
Right.
you say they're dead to you or whatever. So I mean, that's easily explainable.
And it's not like Holly had a great reputation in Port Charles,
Right.
where Sasha would have been wanting to go, oh, she's my mom.
Yeah.
So, and yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, it does make sense that that's a
Mhm.
that's why she did what she did, and that's why the writing. If you try to add logic to an illogical show, you're going to get yourself in trouble. I say that about wrestling all the time as well.
And yet again, an alien over Anna's garage. A diamond
I didn't see that.
that
So
controlled a weather machine.
right, yeah,
A mask that not only changes how your face looks, also changes your height, body build, and voice and eye color.
yes, exactly.
But come on, guys. Stop it. Stop it.
The whole idea of memory mapping and
A USB drive with memories on it. Guys,
right,
seriously.
yeah, exactly. And it just so happens that all the twins went blind at the same exact time because of it. But yeah. So I mean, you try to add logic to a TV show that has no logical sense to it, and you're
None.
gonna have a problem.
Yeah, none whatsoever. It's
But I will say I did happen to like, Tracy and Cody this week,
loved
just
it.
strategizing.
Yes, about how they'd get Drew again later. You should have, while she was admiring that Drew was so Quartermain, it was still, you should have gotten more money. And we're going to find a
Right.
way to get more money for you,
Yeah,
out of him, which was really very, very Tracy.
it was. It was very, very Tracy.
Yeah.
And just the way that it played out, and Tracy's like, where's your girlfriend? The kids are eating boxed crackers and or boxed juice and processed crackers and everything, and Cody's
He's like,
explained.
yeah, I got no girlfriend. I don't know. I can't help you there.
Yeah, absolutely great. I loved how that. Hi Donna, welcome to the chat. She comes in with holy cannoli. I absolutely love cannoli, so feel free to bring them on Saturday to the telethon. I might have to get a box myself. But they're definitely my favorite dessert.
There's a grocery store here that sells cannoli chips from the bakery, like broken pieces of the cannoli, and then they sell the filling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Working in the bakery, I've actually finally made my first couple of cannolis. So
nice.
That was fun to do.
Be right back. I got to just grab something from the dog that he stole.
Okay, not a problem. All right, so we do have quite a bit to talk about. And okay, welcome back.
Thanks.
So yeah, Tracy and Cody, I love their friendship. And I know that Matt and Kat were talking about possibly this leading to Cody leaving Port Charles. I hope not.
I mean, at first I thought he was going to, but I don't think so. I think they're going to do a huge shakeup of that age group.
Yeah.
So they need him.
Yeah,
they need he evens out the numbers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So.
I mean, I just like Josh Kelly as an actor, and just how he portrays Cody. And you could see him ending up with Willow over time, or you could see him.
I could see Brooklyn. I could see Brooklyn with the Tracy connection.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because when the secret comes out, the Geo is Dante and Brooklyn child.
It's gonna bust up.
Yeah.
Brooklyn and Chase, and I could see Willow and Chase ending up back together because they have that history.
You could also see that. My thing was, do you think that this is a secret that Cody knows about Dante, that Gio is his kid?
I don't know because they had the whole Dante and Cody have a secret,
That's what I
but
mean. Yeah.
Dante knows what that secret is.
Right.
So I think that if Gio is Dante and Brooklyn's, Dante has no idea.
Yeah, that makes sense because Dante doesn't seem like the kind of person that would have
I
turned his
think
back
they've
on his kid.
dropped the Dante Cody secret.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if Cody was close to Brooklyn back in Bensonhurst, that
Well, Cody didn't live in Bensonhurst. Him and Dante met at camp.
Right. So that would throw the monkey wrench into that anyway. So I mean, sometimes I talk out of my ass and it happens. And we have a run-in by the dog.
Go. I walked them 2 seconds before this podcast started, so I don't want to hear. He's trying to get me to come lay down on the bed and snuggle with him because it's dark outside. To him, that means bedtime.
Yes, of course, it happens.
And when he goes to bed, everybody has to go to bed. Go lay down. You have the whole bed to yourself. He's such a little shit. Sorry.
Hey, Nathan, welcome to the chat. Donna says, hey, I have a scoop. I know the date of Doug's memorial on Days. And that's when there's so many cast members returning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, that is going to be a big one.
It is. So I will actually be tuning in for that as well. Yeah. And more Days news that Drake Hogestyn, before he passed, actually signed off to the writers at Days on how they end the character of John Black. So that again remains to be seen when that's going to happen.
Right. So, yeah, that won't be until later on next year. Like next. Yeah. Probably. Summer.
Yeah, probably because it's got to be one of the last things that Ron Carlivati wrote before he left.
Mm-hmm.
So makes sense. It makes sense. All right. So let's kind of get into it. It's basically the fallout of Sam's death as we move towards. I have to give it to Nancy Lee Grahn, Dominic Zamprogna, and Steve Burton. Fabulous all around.
What I found really funny, as of course a Jason and Sam hater, is that it was the day Sam died up until Friday. Friday was the first change of day.
Yes.
And so Jason had the night Sam died, and Sam died in the evening while the kids were trick-or-treating.
Right. Yes.
So it was like 6 hours and he's off adventuring. I love this journey for me. I really do. They all did really well. Nancy Lee Grahn has continued to blow me away.
Yeah.
Really amazingly. I thought it was Nancy by far the best. Dominic was number 2, and Burton, he actually came in third for me because I've seen him do better.
Yeah,
I really have. He was good. It wasn't that he wasn't good. He was good, but I have seen better.
And not to mention, there was more time with Nancy Lee Grahn on screen.
Yes.
And of course, Dante being Sam's boyfriend.
Is that it makes sense too. Dante was mourning the love of his life, the person, his future. Nancy, Alexis was mourning her daughter. Yep. And Jason, at one time he loved Sam, but they had moved on from each other. They are no longer in love. She's the mother of his child, but it wasn't him mourning the person he was spending his life with.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Nancy Lee Grahn's not going anywhere, Julia. I don't know why people are saying that. I don't see her going anywhere.
Well, I'm glad, Jeannie. I'm glad you made it to Day of Days. I know Matt and Kat went, and I also know that Kim went as well. At some point, maybe I'll make it out there, or to GH in Graceland. That would be nice.
Well, they've already announced that they're doing Graceland again next year.
Okay, perfect.
So, and I was actually thinking about Yeah, because they'll do it around the same time. I was thinking about trying to. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
know, and my wife is a big Elvis fan, so she would
Mm-hmm.
she would want to go see that as well. Or she's been there before. I never had.
Yeah.
So, um, all right. So, yeah, I agree that just the performances and then on
Mm-hmm.
Friday when Alexis and Dante were talking about the kids, and Dante's like, um, I don't know what to do. We're probably just going to stay here for a while.
Right.
As we being settled at the Quartermains, and the way that I'm glad that Alexis backed off at that point, because the way that she was going to Olivia and just saying, "I'm going to have the kids come live with me," and
Yeah.
this and that, it's like, wait a minute, you have no say.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. They both have fathers that have rights to them. She has
Yeah,
no say. And I've heard people go, well, maybe Sam left them to Alexis, or maybe Sam left them to Dante. But people can do that in their wills, and it's
yeah,
merely this is what I would like to see happen, but it carries no legal weight when there's another parent with rights.
exactly.
None
Yeah,
legal weight. Jason had named Carly his choice for guardian of his children when he died.
yeah,
He did not go to her either time he died because they had mothers who were taking care
right.
of them, and that trumps it. Alexis has no leg to stand on. And even if, she literally has no leg to stand on with Drew.
No,
There's nothing she can even throw at Drew.
no. I mean, she
Yes,
can
he was
throw
away
the
for a couple years, but he was kidnapped and presumed dead. He wasn't
right.
just way away. And, with Jason, okay, yeah, he's a mobster. She was married to a couple of them. He and has children with a couple of them.
Yeah,
He, commits crime. She was in how many prison stints has she done? She's in,
right.
I mean, she has absolutely no grounds. It wouldn't surprise me if she still tries. And I want to see which side Sonny would come down on.
Yeah,
Because he's been real
I
close
want
to
to see.
Alexis lately and Christina and all of that. So which side of that would he come down on?
I mean, I want to see where Diane comes down on that. I mean, granted, because since they're partners, Diane is going to gang. I would assume Diane is going to represent Jason because she's on
Mm,
retainer.
yeah.
So and Alexa's fighting for herself. So that's the
Hmm.
same law office fighting against each other. I mean,
Or Jason will have to get somebody else, Martin or something, who knows. But
or
yeah,
Alexis will
so
get Rick.
yeah, right. Rick. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I don't know if they'll even take it that far.
Yeah,
Um, but I think it's gonna lead Jason to quitting the mob
yep,
and working with Brennan.
I agree.
Um,
Even the scene they had today, like you
yeah,
see them interacting more, and just
exactly.
you know, and just the way that Jason has been positioned where he's in
Mhm.
more scenes with Anna and Brennan as
That is
opposed to Sonny.
right.
You know,
And he went against Sonny telling Brennan about the diamonds.
he did. Yeah,
And then went against Sonny taking the diamonds to have
yeah.
that little,
Which we didn't
thing
even
with, yeah.
we didn't even see Sonny react or say where. I would have loved to see that scene.
We don't even know if Sonny knows yet,
Right. Yeah.
because we never saw, So it'll be interesting
Yes.
to see how that all shakes out. But I know that tomorrow Danny's asking Jason if he can live with him.
Yep.
Um, and I think that'll be how it ends up turning out.
Agreed.
Now, I know some people think Jason will move back into his penthouse,
Yeah.
but I don't know. One, it's not his penthouse anymore. Sam got it in
No.
the divorce, it's hers.
Yes.
So I think that will says one of two things.
That
I think
Dante
the
could have
will
it
either leaves it to Dante
or
or it
Jason.
leaves it to her children equally.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know that I see Jason moving in there if they're going to have him not working for Sonny anymore. I
You're
could
right.
see even if it was left to the kids, Drew and Jason saying, "Hey Dante, you can still stay here. They're young. Neither of us are going to do it." I mean, I guess technically Drew could move in with Scout, but I doubt it. because
Right.
of Sunny across the hall. Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure tomorrow we find out Drew won his election.
Well,
The
there's going to be some
promo makes it look
fireworks.
like it.
There's
Yeah.
going to be some fireworks between Jason and Drew tomorrow as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
well,
Is it? No, that's not tomorrow. That's Thursday.
oh, that's Thursday. Okay, I thought I saw
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
not until after Jason and Michael talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay. So
the
then,
promo, the breakdown for Thursday was Jason loses his cool, but tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I sent them to you.
you did. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Drew finds, I'm pulling them up just so I
Tomorrow,
have,
Drew finds out about the election.
yes, Drew finds out the results of his, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and based on what we saw in the promo,
Yeah.
it looks like that's an acceptance speech.
Yeah.
He looks pretty happy.
Right.
So,
So,
actually, Wednesday, Drew learns his electoral fate. Yeah.
okay. So,
But Thursday, Jason loses his cool. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that's the fisticuffs with his twin.
Oh, yes. Yes. And that's going to be an epic fight. I can't wait to see it.
It is. And of course, I love it because, Jason's standing up for that firstborn of his.
Yep.
His firstborn of his heart.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
he is not going to be okay with, Drew sleeping with Michael's wife.
Yeah. No, not at all.
That is his baby. So.
And, it's like Michael got to see an amateur porn, basically,
My
or
God.
on nanny cam.
My God, that was, yeah. And what's really funny is that was the first place Michael and Willow had sex too, way back
Yeah.
in the day. So
When
there was
when
some
Chase was
symmetry there.
yeah, when Chase and Willow were
Yeah.
married. Yep.
No, I think it was when Michael and Willow were first married because of Wiley.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Michael and Willow were married to try to keep so
Right.
he could keep custody
Yeah.
of Wiley. And then, yeah, so I think that it might have been then, or yeah, because I think the Chase affair was later. But
Oh, wow.
anyway, yeah, so I just thought it was an interesting symmetry.
Yes. A
You'd think
lot of
she'd know that camera was in there. You'd think they'd all have that app.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, because how many of them actually have kids that go in there? Because
Right, that's what I'm
sure
saying.
Olivia and Ned have access.
Right, Olivia and Ned, Michael and Willow, Drew,
Yep. Brooklyn and Chase.
Brooklyn and Chase because of Violet.
Yep.
So did everybody get that notification?
That would be fantastic to see.
That'd be hysterical.
I wonder if the writers actually went somewhere with that, because
that would
could
be
you
really
imagine Ned coming down and being like, "Oh, I've got an even better video now."
I know, right? Michael's like, sorry, I already saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how,
and then, or like Willow seeing it and desperately trying to get Michael's phone to keep him from seeing it, but he already has. Yeah. There are a lot of funny ways that could go, but.
And I liked how Michael kept his composure and just didn't sell it. He just, when Willow came in and said, "Oh, what you watching?" "Oh, it's just something for work, just, nothing much." And, and then today, seeing him outside,
and I mean, it's like he was really still willing he wanted to make his marriage work until that moment when he was just like, "Oh my effing God."
And then he called Diane and said, "I got to talk to you about my marriage."
Yep.
So,
but what about also, he was talking to Sunny today and about to tell Sunny everything, and then the phone rings and, "Oh, Christina needs you," and sorry, Michael. Sorry about your luck. Thank God he has his true daddy, Jason.
But see, and that, I don't know, that bothered me, because why would Sunny stop a conversation with Michael that seemed to have gotten heavy to take a call from Natalia, of all people? Could have sent it to voicemail.
But Sunny's not going to do that, because Sunny, his first priority is always
himself.
Mini Sunny. And she is the current person he hopes to have soon servicing Mini Sunny. So her phone calls will always get priority.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And right now Christina's the golden child. So of course he's gonna, and he wants to impress Natalia with what a great father he is.
Yeah.
He's found that
Uh,
to be a great aphrodisiac with other women in the past.
so I, so Julia, you got to tell me why you're done with the Christina. I agree with Donna. You know, the Christina was just sad today, and it just it made you, at least it made me feel bad for her. Just all the stuff that she's lost over the past month, losing the baby and then losing Sam, and it's like they really made her the sympathetic figure in all of that. When she was distracted, she was listening to a playlist that Sam made her, and especially going through all that grief that she's gone through. And trust me, she's very, so much like a bull in a china closet when it comes to everything. She's very uh, impulsive and very selfish and everything. But in
Mm-hmm.
this case, she actually got herself vulnerable with Natalia and then with Sonny. So,
Okay, but she does that. Christina doesn't have a problem playing the poor me.
well,
That's, I mean, she'll act tough, if people want to. Did you see the look when Alexis was hugging Molly, the stink eye she gave? It's just like, girl.
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
And if I'm not mistaken, she's still calling that child Adela.
she is. Yes.
And that just ruins any sympathy I have. Her calling that child Adela. I shall not, Donna. I shall not park any bias at any door. I run through the door, bias fully intact.
Well, we've all got our biases, anyways.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. I know that that's Christina's character. Trying to take all of the spotlight, and you know what? And you're right, Julia. It is kind of being dragged out, but she does. She is part of the storyline. She lost her big sister. Um, and Sam, to her credit, Sam was one of that. Was somebody who was trying to get, Molly and
Right.
and Christina back on the same page, especially
She
after the
was.
baby died.
Right. And she was, and I get that. And of course it's, it is heartbreaking for Christina without a doubt.
Yeah.
I wish they'd just bring Blaze back so I could, like her in something again, because
Today there were mentions of Allie and Allison.
yeah,
How the tour is going good. She's
yeah.
Natalia sees clips online, and and I wouldn't mind seeing Blaze come back.
I think at some point we will.
Yeah.
At first I thought maybe they were getting rid of her because they were bringing Ethan back, but that's not happening. So I think it
Yeah.
was just because they couldn't have Christina falling off the deep end like this if she had that stable relationship going on.
Oh yeah, agreed.
So they, yanked that rug to, let her be her just
Unhinged self.
unhinged, spiraling out of control self.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait for Sunny and Christina to talk about Christina's possible mental illness. I want to see that. I want to see that scene because we've seen so much where Christina's more of a daddy's girl than anything.
mhm.
I know I heard somebody earlier this week saying that they want Christina to be more of the mob princess and everything, but I think they're moving away from the mob itself in the show.
I think so too.
And I can't see Christina being like an Ava,
No.
that
She's
unshakable.
exactly.
Honey,
She's too emotional. She's too
yes,
she's too baitable.
yes. Oh yeah, Rick got her hook, line, and sinker in no time, just with that
Oh
brief little
God,
interchange.
played her like a fiddle.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm not. I don't. Yeah, she'd never be an Ava, and I don't think that's. You know what I want to see? I want
yeah.
to see her and TJ have hate sex,
Ooh.
and then she gets pregnant.
That actually might work out.
Right?
I mean, especially if Molly and Dex start hooking up.
I'm still not sure that that's happening, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I mean, it seems like they're definitely testing them in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only time that we saw Dex last week was during the fire at
The explosion, yeah.
the explosion, which I gotta say, I texted you right after, and that explosion was it was like a fart in church. It had, it was very just blah. It fizzled.
Well, they've used it before.
But
It's literally footage that they had used before, which was
which
what was really funny about it.
which I get it. It's which is
That
whatever.
that
But
warehouse already blew up.
yeah. But it's like I was expecting that to be the Friday cliffhanger instead
So
of
was
in
I. That
in the
was
middle of the show.
yeah, that was absolutely. I don't understand why that explosion wasn't the Friday cliffhanger. And then you find it, you can still find out everybody lived, but that happens Monday.
Yeah. And it's like there was really no fallout from it because
Right.
the next scene, Brennan and Holly and Robert and Sasha are all in Brennan's office. Like,
Right.
and then Anna and the cops are
Yeah.
responding, but it just it was very underwhelming.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, they've been doing really great, but yeah, I think we'll see more from Sidwell. I'm sure because he
I
didn't
hope
get
so.
captured. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's got his diamonds, but
We're a sad pair tonight, man.
yeah, well, I mean I've been up since 3:30 a.m. So I mean
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
I do want to go ahead and point something out up in the chat. JL with 1010 said, with so much going on at the Q Mansion, I'm missing Monica. Um, I think Leslie Charleston has retired. So I don't think we'll be seeing Monica at any point in time, except for maybe a FaceTime.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it's sad. And I know some people are like, "Oh, recast her so, because she should," but I'm like, I
You
don't
can't.
a recast would fall flat anyway though.
Yeah,
So,
there's no reason to recast a character like Monica Quarterman,
right.
especially.
Honestly, I think that, honestly, it would probably be better served for them to kill the character off if she's not coming back.
Yeah.
Have her leave Tracy the house
Yep.
under the caveat that certain people still get to live there
Yep.
and have whoever they want visit.
Even better,
You know.
have her leave the house to Olivia or Ned.
No, because Ned would be. I think that the choice. I think she'll either leave it to Michael or Tracy.
Okay.
Those are who I think should leave it to. Because
Yeah.
Ned would be snippy, but I think if she left it to Tracy, she'd leave like a lot of
Yeah.
conditions.
You have to take care of this person, this person, this person.
Mm-hmm.
They always
Yes.
have a right to live here.
Michael gets to stay forever with his family, and yes, his mother gets to come visit.
Yeah.
So you can't bar Jason or Drew.
Yep.
None of Alan's children or grandchildren can be barred from the house.
Yeah. So, again, it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But all right. So moving on, Robert and Holly, and they're. I just, it's a mess. That whole situation is a mess. I like Robert with Diane, but even today he said that Diane is no Holly. And
Well, that's the thing, is that he likes Diane, he likes spending time with her, but Holly has had this man's heart and soul for decades. She had him, wrapped around every part of her before they had a child. He knew they had a child together.
Right.
The things that he has forgiven this woman for, this is nothing
Yeah.
compared to some of the other things that he's forgiven her. And that's just, how their relationship is. And I liked Mac just accepting that today.
Yeah. That was good.
Because he knew that it was a losing. Now, here's what's interesting. So we know that Emma Samms is gone, no longer flying. Tristan Rogers had a Zoom, and he said that he hasn't filmed, I think since Emma left, but he said that he is going to be filming after the holidays.
Oh, okay.
Meaning after Christmas, he said that he'll be filming. So I'm wondering if he leaves with Holly and then comes back.
Could be.
Or visits or something. I don't know. I mean, I love Tristan Rogers. He's just, it's got to be getting close to retirement time.
I think so too.
I mean, it just.
Yeah, he doesn't have that spunk anymore. And it's sad because he's always been such a powerful.
Right.
But it's like over the summer, it kind of seemed like he
Yeah.
started getting a little bit more frail. And I get it. Everybody's getting older, right? I'm not.
Exactly. He's not a young man. And, he partied pretty hard back in the day. He has great stories, amazing stories. He's told me a few of them that are just off the wall.
We're going to have to try to get him on the podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
Either here or take me down to Studio City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again,
I emailed him about the podcast-a-thon, but I just haven't heard back from him yet. So hopefully we'll see.
I am working on for those of you, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, the Take It or Leave It podcast. I am working on Tiffany Jenkins, who is an author and a podcaster. She actually has 2 podcasts. I'm working on trying to get her into an interview slot coming up this weekend as well. I'm waiting for her to confirm. I know she has a documentary that's coming out this weekend, and it's a premiere in New York on Saturday night. So depending on how the time frame works out, I am working on her coming on as well, just not entirely. So, how about that conversation between Rocco and Laura in the chapel?
It was really sweet. That Rocco is a good young actor.
He is.
He really is a good young actor, and he has great chemistry with Ginny Francis.
Yes,
that was really good.
Ginny Francis can have chemistry with anybody. Yeah. Let's face it. But just the way that, and it's realistic for a child at his age just to feel guilty because he's like, I asked God that if one of them had to go, or if only one of them could survive, to let it be my mother. And she's like, never feel guilty for that. That's so natural.
Exactly. Right. It was very. Yeah.
I am very, very. I have to say this. I'm very, very happy that the Save Chemo crew didn't go off on him for that line, because they'll know no bounds online, and they'll attack the portrayers as well as the characters.
Oh God, they are exhausting.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Just remember that hashtag 548.
Hashtag I have not missed a day, baby. Hashtag 548 every day at 5:48 p.m. Eastern time. I send out a little tweet. Hashtag 548. Yep. Boom. Yeah.
So I do happen to see, and I can't remember it. Ava, did we see Ava at all this week?
Yeah, her and Nina.
That's right. Her and
Eva
Nina.
and Nina had the
That's
conversation
right.
about Drew. Yeah.
Yes, about and apologizing for ruining their friendship and everything, and
Right. Yeah.
um, that's right. There was that quick little scene.
Hmm.
So you're right,
Yeah.
Jeannie. In 2 minutes, it's going to be 5:48 in California.
Yes.
Um,
At
so
5:48, blaze it. It's the new 420.
um, I want to thank the 82 people for tuning in currently. Definitely
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, get notified, share, and share alike. We are going over General Hospital and everything that's happened this past week. Um, but all right, so go on. It looks like you had a thought.
No, I was gonna no, just what was your next thing?
No, go on. I'm gonna
I
let
was
you.
gonna bring up well, first I'll do a little thing. I loved my Jason and Carly stuff,
Yep.
with him trusting her with Danny and her being there to I loved her and Danny's stuff and her and Jason's stuff and yeah,
Yeah. All of that.
loved it, loved it, loved it, of course.
And it makes sense. And Carly and Danny talking, and just everything, and Carly asking, how did you know to take Scout, you know uh
Yeah.
trick or treating and everything. And he's like, I didn't know what happened, but I knew by the way Dad looked and everything. Um, so Donna, yes, I created a Blue Sky account for Suds Media, which is the same as Twix, which it's another social media network. I've got no problem with Twix, so um, I'm happy on there. But I did start a Blue Sky to reach more
Mhm.
people if I can. It
I am
just
also on Blue Sky at Brooklyn 74. So I'm at both. I'm not leaving Twitter anytime soon either. So
Yeah, I've got them all, and I barely pay any attention to TikTok. But there is one on there at Suds and Square Circle. Instagram is at Suds and Square Circle. So
hmm
um, I'm on just about every social media there is, but I can only keep up with two or three. So
yeah.
because I'm also on Threads. Um, so anyways, um, Jeannie, you're right. Some so-called fans are nuts. Exactly. Um, that is very, very true. Um, but
Yeah. Starting to think some fans are sane and the majority are less. At
yeah,
least the ones on social media. Sweet Jesus.
you, you are correct. You are correct. So, um, how about Rick on Friday um
Yeah, Anna.
go, going to Anna, and asking about the picture.
The pictures, yeah. He wants to know where
You
they
know,
came from because they're relevant to his case. Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? I have to say it makes sense.
He's
And
not
he's like,
wrong.
he's not wrong. And, and Anna's like, well,
Not even a little bit.
came about him. Angela's not on Truth Social. I am on
Yes,
Truth
I
Social.
am. I have a true social account.
Oh
You think
wow,
I don't
okay,
like to stalk certain accounts over there, but we don't talk about politics.
that's true. We do not.
I am on
I am
I'm
on.
on I'm on pretty much all of them. I have a one on Spoutable. I have
That's one I've never even heard of.
yeah, I
Palatable.
have Spoutable, I have Blue Sky, I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have pretty sure I have a TikTok. I've never posted anything on it. My kids send me TikToks. Um Facebook, all of it.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever posted on True Social, but I have an account over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it. I started it. I don't pay too much attention to it. Honestly, most of the stuff on Twitter is fine. So I have,
I I use my social media mostly for soap opera stuff.
yeah, yeah. I try to keep up with the wrestling and the soap operas, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
I mean, I do other things
yes,
also, as people have noticed recently, but I'm mostly soap operas.
you
So
are correct, Steve. President-elect Trump does own it. Well, not,
it, a company that he has
yeah,
a large amount of the majority stockholder owns
right,
it. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So he does. Yes. Um. Okay. So moving on before we devolve into politics here. Um.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah.
um.
All right. So,
Go
what
on.
about Anna and Jason today?
Yes, that was. I. It's again. They have chemistry, but it's hard to read where they're going with it.
Well, I mean, I had thought that they'd do something with the. At first, I thought that they were setting her up to be like his next Sunny type mentor,
Yes. Yeah.
and
Me
it to
too.
be the good versus evil on his shoulder kind of thing. And then they did the kiss, but then there's been nothing. And it's not even like there's like loaded look, it's all there's tension with them, but it's not
I think it's touching one-sided from Anna, nothing from
right.
Jason.
And Jason's just kind of like you don't tell me everything. I think that I mean it's so funny because I was assured by many people that Anna would be comforting him with her vajayjay after Sam died.
Wow.
And that, she'd be helping him, she'd be the one with Danny and comforting him and at the hospital with them and yada yada. I was assured that that was happening
Yeah, and
by
nothing.
people who hated Jason and Carly. And then today, it's the day after Sam died. Anna didn't even mention Sam to him. No
Right.
condolences, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
It was bizarre.
There was more condolences from Natalia to Christina than there was from Anna to Jason.
Right. It was so weird. And then her whole yeah, and the thing is that I mean also, him going to work for Brennan doesn't help things with them because she doesn't want him to do that either.
Right, exactly.
And it's funny because she's almost turning into how Robin was with
Really?
him. Yeah, because Robin was very let me teach you right from wrong. Let me lead you. And that was when he first woke up. But, at some point he got annoyed with it and pushed back.
Yeah.
And now it's almost like Anna's kind of starting down that path too.
And I think
And
JL agrees with you. He said Jason doesn't seem interested while Anna is very
yeah,
interested. Also, Anna's tone and weepy eyes reminded him
yeah,
of Robin back in
right.
'99.
And what's really funny is that Anna was all pissy every time she sees Carly and Brennan together.
Yeah.
It's pissy about that. So I was like, oh, is there something in her past with, do her and Brennan have a past? It's really weird. So I'm waiting to see how this all shakes out.
Yes.
Um,
However, Brendan did warn Jason today not to go after Valentine.
which is just going to make Jason. I mean, he already promised Anna today that he's still going to help, and he's trying to get Charlotte back. It's not even about Valentine,
Right.
And I think like what was Brennan was saying, because the thing is that Anna helped Valentine escape,
Yeah.
and I think the WSB did as well.
Yep.
On the big plan, and Anna tipped him off, and the WSB helped. So I think that they're gonna have what Brennan was saying is that if Valentine turns back up, Anna's going to be the one going under the bus because the WSB won't be.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
he's just like, this guy shows back up. It's not going to go well for Anna.
Right.
The WSB is already shady as hell, but she's the police commissioner. I think that's what he was saying. But Jason's just like, yeah, no, Lulu needs her daughter back. So sorry about your luck, kind of there, pal.
Although, amazingly, Holly called out Brennan for the WSB being shady today as well. Just about the money that she's indebted to an organization, an outfit that the WSB put her into undercover and said, yeah, you owe me this money to take care of this. He's like, yeah, I know you're right. I know you're.
Yeah,
I
but
know
Brennan's just like, yeah, I had to sit in prison because of my WSB. You know, he's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're shady. Why do you think we work with people like you and me? You know?
yeah, yeah. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I saw people saying today, oh, look, Holly is working with Brennan. He changed the results of Sasha's test. I don't think that's true. And she wasn't
No,
working with him with the diamonds thing. That was her con trying to pay off this money for this other
right.
freelance WSB thing she did. So yeah. J- Jail. I also love that Brennan is not at all intimidated by Jason.
Brendan's also bigger than Jason.
It's so funny when Jason's looking up at him.
Yeah,
I
Brendan
do love
dwarfs
that.
Jason.
All kinds of love that. And Jason hates it.
Yeah,
Jason does not like being, oh, I love jealous Jason too. And he is, yeah, I want to see him working with Brennan as Carly and Brennan are getting closer.
yeah.
I have no doubt. I mean, people are always like, oh, when you get in your Charlie, like trying to be. I'm just like, I have absolutely no doubt that Jason and Carly in the end up together.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. I mean, of course, I would love it to be right now, but I'm fine with it. You know, Carly getting to take a ride on, Brennan. She
Yeah.
deserves to have her back broken on that desk. And that girl deserves it after having to trudge up those stairs with old Pa Corinthos for all those years. You know, Drew did his part, but now, she needs that sexy piece of WSB man.
All right. So I the Mike going back to Michael, Willow, Drew, and that whole situation. Um, I have to say that, and I said it at the very beginning. I am loving the story.
Hmm.
And people can say what they want about, you know, I saw it in the chat earlier, Drufus, but Cameron. This is what Cameron Matheson was meant for.
I
This kind of
love
story.
it. And I love him as Drew. I'm on an island. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. No, I think he's doing great as Drew. See, the thing is that, and we've said it before, whenever there's a recast, the actor brings in their own
Mhm.
interpretation, and you're going to have different,
Right.
character traits because of the actor.
Right.
Um, Karen Matheson is no Billy Miller. Billy Miller played a great Jason, and here's the problem: is that in the middle of his run, because Steve Burton came back, that's why he was changed from Jason to Drew, an entirely
Right.
new character. And say
Right.
what you will, you know, instead of embracing it,
Hmm.
he and
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak ill of him because he's no longer
Right.
here,
I mean,
but
I understand completely why he was upset. He
yeah,
felt the Jason role was his. I get that completely. It's just this is the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Life's not fair. The designated hitter is a thing.
yeah,
That's just, you know,
yeah,
you
exactly,
take a shower, have a drink, because that's how it goes in the MLB.
yeah,
It's just that's just what it is. And I mean, I understand, but but then again, you think about people who were watching when Kim came on with Oscar,
yeah,
the guy she described.
yep,
Drew was a girl in every port kind of soldier or sailor
yeah,
because he was a Navy SEAL.
yeah,
So he was, you know what I mean? He was the big man whore. And
yeah, and now it's playing out because
exactly. And that's the person we're seeing. Not
yes,
the guy who thought he was Jason, so he became grumpy.
right,
Before he was told he was Jason, he was very playful and
yep,
goofy, and he wasn't around long enough to be too soapy and messy, but it's in the blood, baby. As Tracy said, nature versus nurture. It's in the blood.
right, yeah, exactly, and
Hmm.
just to see Cameron Matheson coming back as him,
Hmm.
and he's kidnapped, because of whatever the case may be, and then
Right.
seeing him write Scout's name on the wall, and you know they did play a good ode to history there,
Hmm.
and how close Drew was to
Right.
Scout. But now they're going ahead, and you know what, JL with Cameron since Drew does feel slimy and creepy because that's how he's portraying it. He's a
Right.
politician. All politicians are
Right.
slimy and creepy, and he's a quartermain.
Right. And I mean, it's also that there's also the whole, oh, did I lose you? Oh no, here I
Mm,
am. Okay. Sorry.
nothing correct.
Um it's funny because they were talking to Karen Matheson. He played this story kind of before with Erica and Kendall
Yeah.
on All My Children.
Yep.
And I don't think that they're going to do I think the Drew thing is just to bust up Millo. I
Yeah.
think
I agree.
Drew and Nina will be the couple.
I think he
I
kind of
think she
has to because
right.
you know if they are going with him as the elected official, the Nina
Mhm.
pairing makes more sense
Right.
because she's the editor of a fashion magazine. She's,
Mhm.
they're the it couple in Washington.
Right. And should be a wonderful stepmommy to Scout.
Yes.
She would just
But
love and adore a sweet little daughter that she can, actually raise.
and then Drew could be the stepdad to Willow and, you know,
No, here's the thing though. I
sugar
need Willow
stepdaddy.
pregnant. I need Willow pregnant and I need the baby to be Drew's. I need Sasha pregnant and the baby to be Michael's, but I need Willow's baby to be Drew's and Willow and Nina or Drew and Nina to end up together. So that Willow's son is also her brother. Is her
I'm
son.
my own grandpa.
Exactly. Come on. It's so funny.
Yes.
I need this. They killed Sam off, so I never got her giving birth to Dante's baby sister's brother and
Yeah.
slash son
Yep.
or sister. I'm just saying I need this.
Yes. Exactly. Um. Well, kind of get off of them for right now. How about Portia this past weekend? I have to say, she's reverted back to somebody who I want to slap. Um, her and Isaiah talking in the office after the surgery, and she's grilling him and saying, "Well, do you think Lucas might have made a mistake?"
See, I think she was doing her job. I
She was
thought it
doing her
was
job. I get
as
it.
she's co-chief. She has to. There's an investigation. Something went wrong. This woman in the prime of her life. And I think it was more sensitive for her to be talking to Isaiah about it than grilling Lucas.
And I get that. And I think I just had the problem with
You
it
don't like
came
Portia.
off as, you know, talking behind somebody's back, but she had to do it. And I like how Isaiah answered it though. He's like, I checked with his colleagues in Boston and just everything, and I wouldn't have done the surgery if I didn't feel comfortable with him there.
Right.
So it
Right.
was handled well. But
And I mean, talking to Isaiah is also part of the investigation too.
agreed.
She really had to.
Oh yeah, agreed. And then I'm sorry, but I loved how Curtis went over to see Alexis,
Yeah.
and and just talking through everything, and in the way that yes, Jeannie, we did talk about Dante and Brooklyn possibly being Gio's parents. We talked about
Hmm.
that earlier in the episode.
Yep.
But Curtis going to see Alexis because Finn is obviously not there, and he's kind of the new sponsor for Alexis, and he
Hmm.
just goes to check on her and make it, and she's like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've thought about taking a drink, but I'm not going to disrespect Sam's
Right.
memory. Which, you know what?
It
Kudos to
was
her.
nice. Yes.
It was.
That
And,
was
and I
nice.
like how, Curtis, it was
Hmm.
just if you need me anytime, anywhere, just give me a call
Hmm.
and I'll be here. So
Yep.
I like that. But
Yes.
then when, he and Portia are ready to have some adult time, and Curtis is showing off his abs and showing off his upper body and how he's been working out. I don't understand the like Portia didn't even say, I know Sam was your former business partner and she was your friend, and she's just going into her stuff and how she's got to do this investigation. It was so hard, and she's having it so rough. Yet this guy lost his friend and went to go console her mother. Like,
Yeah, but it's also been a long time of just Curtis's shit, so I don't care. He was paralyzed, his daddy's
yeah,
leaving. I was fine with it. I
um,
think, yeah, to me, Curtis is much like Spencer Cassadine, a fuckboy comprised entirely of red flags, so I just don't care.
I don't know. I can't make that determination. I don't compute that, so I can't
I
figure
get
that
it.
one
I get it.
out. Don, I like Curtis as a friend, but not romantic. Well, I'm glad because he's married to Portia. Um, so, although that really doesn't mean anything anyway. So,
Yeah.
um, let's see. And then we had Lucas and Brad.
Yes.
And how shall I say this delicately? I liked that scene, and I liked Brad
Mhm.
wanting to be there for Lucas
Yes.
because he cares about Lucas still, and
Right.
he wasn't trying to, get into his pants.
Right.
Wasn't trying to. He was just trying to console his ex-husband.
Right. And I had no problem with Brad doing that,
Yeah,
but I also had no problem with Carly going, "Get the F away from my brother." Because
I
from
agree.
Carly's position,
Yeah,
who this guy is, what this guy did,
yeah,
and I had no problem with, Lucas
and
telling her that it wasn't what was going on.
exactly. He was just here to console me,
Right.
and just lending a crying shoulder.
Right.
And you know what? I and Brad getting back together. I mean, they are the only two gay guys on set, so I
Right.
mean, at some point they'll probably get back together.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they're making it pretty obvious. Usually when somebody drops their towel in front of somebody else, that's pretty
Yeah,
indicative that it's pretty indicative that
yeah.
there's gonna be
And
some
then Brad says, "You better get that checked out."
mole checked, that new mole checked. Yes, that was
Yeah,
so funny. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they'll be getting back together too. But I liked Carly playing protective big sister.
agreed, agreed. Um, and
Yeah.
Don, I agree with you. Brooke Kerr is one of the most beautiful women on the
Oh,
show.
she's
She's really
gorgeous.
good.
And especially, how old is she? She's
I
in her
don't know.
50s.
I will have to check that.
Yeah,
Um,
she's in her
I mean,
50s, I'm pretty sure,
she's got to be.
because she was
Um,
on Passions as a grown woman.
yeah.
So,
She is. Right. And of course, it does not say. Her
oh
Wikipedia
yeah.
does not say her birth date.
Let
Uh,
me see.
yeah, it does not.
Hmm.
Oh, born in 1973. So she's 51. Yeah, she's 51. Born in
Wow.
1973.
Not yet. She'll be 51 in November 21st.
Oh, so
Hmm.
next week, 10 days from today,
Yep.
would be
Yeah.
51. So, I mean, she does. She looks fantastic. And, it's like a lot of these women on the show, you got to think
Hmm.
about it. A lot of them are in their 50s,
Yep.
and, Anna's in her 60s, and Laura's in her
Hmm.
60s, and, you know,
Yep.
even Holly's in her 60s.
Yeah.
So it's, and then you look at the next one,
Hmm.
so it's, they look fantastic for their age. They're
Yeah.
tiny, and of course,
Hmm.
when you have the money to do that, when you have that kind of a job. Hi Taiwan, welcome to the chat. Um, uh, watching this, loving today's episode. Yeah, and I think it was Jeannie who said that she didn't see today's episode yet. It's a great episode.
Yes.
So definitely watch it. Pay attention. I enjoyed it. Um, so I I really did. I can't say enough about today's episode. And and I like the character of Natalia. I know she gets a lot of hate online because she's still there, but Blaze is not. Um, but you know what?
Yeah,
I
she
like.
keeps Sunny occupied. I'm fine with it. She's a good actress, and ABC, ABC.
And it makes sense for her to show compassion to
Hmm.
Christina, because you know because of what they had gone through. And I liked how she was respectful, she was empathetic, and she called Sonny just you know um and I like how Christina said, "Don't tell my mother. She's going through enough
Yes.
already." That was probably the first selfless thing that she's done in a long time.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah.
you know, let's see what else. Um,
Brennan and Carly too.
yes, yes, because as soon as Sasha gets kidnapped and Carly goes to Brennan, he's like, "Well, why didn't you go to, you know, you have other means of, you
Right.
know, getting stuff done?" And she's like, "Well,
And
Jason
I
said
just want to say, the whole selfish, self-centered narcissist who needs everyone's attention on her all the time and always has to come first, cared about Sonny being there for his son and Jason being there for his son, and she
yep,
went to Brennan,
yes,
which I already knew, but
yeah,
with the commentary,
of course."
yeah,
The running commentary is that she cares only about herself and,
herself,
and
right,
whatever.
you know.
So
But I really liked that she went to Brennan. I
yes,
also really loved they didn't want her to get involved because for the danger.
yeah,
And then had her go. And then I saw that there was no reason for that look, young lady. And then he had somebody tail her
yeah.
because I like that he already knows her.
Oh yeah, and it's like, here's the thing: when Brennan first came on, and he was just that bit part, you know, in the as the head of pikemen or whatever. Which that storyline itself was a fart in church. Another one, and that
Mhm.
had so much promise, but um, because of the writing strikes and everything, when Brennan first came on, it's like he was just that bit role, and that was
Mhm.
it. I am so glad that they signed Charles Measure to a contract, and he's on as much as he is.
I cannot get enough of that man. I can't get enough of him on social media. I can't get enough of him on the show.
Yep.
I love him. And now he's giving us as Jeannie, I'm the same way. I want Charlie, but in the meantime, Jason's her Mr. Right. Brennan can be her Mr. Right now.
Yeah.
Um, he's giving us the forearm porn now with the sleeves rolled up.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh my god, that man is so sorry. He is sex on a stick. He is just, oh god, and then you add the accent. I'm just, oh god, he's always been good looking, but he is definitely in his Sean Connery. And I'm sorry, this is what I watch soaps for.
Yes.
I read him for the articles.
Um, by the way, I do want to go ahead and send a congratulations to Take Two Radio. They are, I think they just got done with their episode, but they have hit their 12-year anniversary.
Wow.
So congratulations, David, and the rest of the group, David, Candace, Anthony.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Yes, happy 12-year anniversary. They are
Yeah.
on Blog Talk Radio.
Mm,
Um,
you're almost teenagers.
yes, yep, they're tweens, at this point in
Yes, they're
time.
teens.
Yeah.
You're almost out of the worst people in the entire universe age.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sorry, middle schoolers are evil.
I could attest to that. Yes.
They are. They are the
Although,
worst people ever.
although once you get to, once you get to high school, it gets. I think
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
because in high school, they just want to they'll ignore you if you let them.
Right?
Middle
Yeah.
schoolers will also ignore you, but also want to just really hurt your feelings.
Actually, I have to give a congratulations to my son. Um, he got a promotion at work, so I'm proud of him.
Oh,
It's a quick little
nice.
tidbit. Um, so Jeannie, you did. So you did get to meet the Dish and Dave's crew and Matt and
Hmm.
Kat. That's fantastic. I'm glad you were able to get out there for Day of Days
Yes.
this year. That's fun. Um, I think we've kind of gone over just about everything. Um, Anna not believing Jason telling her the truth about everything. Like,
Well, I liked that he got to say to her, there are things you can't tell me.
yeah,
And why is it different? I like that he got to push back on her with that.
yeah, exactly.
Um, because usually Jason will just, be stoic and, whatever.
Hmm.
But and the situation won't change if he goes to work for the WSB.
No, it won't.
There are going to be things he can't tell her there too. So,
Yeah.
oh, we didn't talk about Brooklyn and Chase.
Oh yes,
They're going to be baby making.
they're gonna be trying to make a baby,
Yep.
and going full force with it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um, and folks, we're not going to see a lot of love scenes between them. We've already
Just get
covered
over it.
this.
Just get
They
over it.
yeah, it's going to be simulated and off camera.
Yeah.
We'll see them
Yeah.
make out and kiss, but nothing more than that.
We'll
And,
see her in full pajamas in bed, taking her temperature,
yeah.
and it's
Now,
fine. That is okay. The two actors are comfortable with it. The show is fine with it. Get over it.
yes.
There's plenty of other sex right now on GH, and I love it. There's
Yep.
Michael and Sasha. I mean, we've had more love in the afternoon than we have had in a long time.
Yes.
So,
Exactly. Um, and I, it's funny to me. That the smash up name with Drew and Willow is Drillo, because that's exactly what Drew is doing is he's drilling her. And the playroom wasn't necessarily that kind of playroom.
I don't know though. It seems to be because
It seems to
they're
be.
not the first ones. So,
um,
well, I mean,
and
he's not the first to play with Willow in that room.
right, you're exactly right. And Jeannie, you bring that up. I was going to bring it up too. Um, is Amanda
Is
Setton
she? I
pregnant
know
in
that
real
there's
life?
been a lot of rumors that she is and that Sophia is, but Sophia's not. I don't know that Amanda is either. I mean, it's possible. If Amanda is pregnant in real life, then Brooklyn will end up pregnant.
Yeah,
Um,
which means you could have
I
three
just
pregnancies at once.
That's what I'm saying is like I think that's going to be interesting, which makes me wonder if somebody else won't be pregnant, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I really want there to be, two other pregnancies. Although the three of them being pregnant at the same time would also be really funny, especially if they're all at the Q mansion
Oh God.
with Tracy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Tracy would be really funny with that.
Oh God. Yes. Yes. You got to keep Monica alive for that because Tracy will throw
Right.
them all out.
Yeah, right.
Um.
Oh my god, so funny.
All right. But and then yeah, one thing we didn't talk about today was Felicia and Sasha today at the
Mhm.
hospital and
Yeah,
how Felicia is kind of telling her that Holly's not that bad once you get to know her and give
right,
her a chance. And and Sasha has every right to be upset and
right.
to be angry at Holly for not wanting to have anything to do with her. and everything. So
It was interesting because while Felicia's not as bad as Holly is,
yeah,
Felicia had her moments, running off, leaving her kids with Mac for many, many years while she was, off with Frisco doing their,
yep,
WSB spy thing,
yeah,
which made it was interesting that they brought that up today with
yeah.
Mac and Robert. And then, so it does make sense why Felicia, has that soft spot for Holly.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah.
I have to say,
Yeah.
I have to say, I really like. Um, I really liked how Sasha was standing up for herself, though.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because and the thing is, like, Felicia is clearly on Team Holly for everything. Where
Right.
she's telling Holly to go see Robert, she's telling Sasha to, kind of get to know her mother, and then Sasha does call the Metro Court to talk to Holly and finds out that Holly checked out.
Yeah.
So, Holly's about to leave, and you know, uh,
Yeah.
Sasha's gonna end up being heartbroken again because her mother comes back into her life and throws her life upside down and then leaves.
Hmm. And yeah, I completely understand Sasha's point of view.
Yeah.
I also, but I understand Holly or Felicia sticking up for Holly. I thought it was interesting too, the whole thing with the doctor.
Hmm.
She wanted to get X-rays.
Yeah.
You're not. There's no chance you're pregnant, are you? And then she's just like, and I mean, it's only been a couple days, but she's
Yeah.
like, I gotta not risk this.
Yeah. But and the thing, yeah, one time hookup and I'm pregnant, and yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
whatever. At least we got to see a flashback of her, Michael, and kind of
Right.
what ended up happening. Um, so,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, that was. I think that was the week that was in General Hospital. I think we kind of
Yeah.
covered just about everything. Um, so, folks, remember, I want to thank. First of all, I want to thank the 105 people that are watching right now. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, get notified. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@suds-media. Go over and like it, like the show, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then remember this coming Saturday from 12 noon Eastern to Sunday 12 noon Eastern, we are going to be doing a 24-hour charity telethon to benefit Samantha's friends, capped off, well, not
Hmm.
capped off, but at least headlined, I should say, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. None other than Adam Huss, who plays Nicholas Cassadine, will be coming on for a 30-minute interview. Um, we also have Stanley Carr, who does his Wrestling with Heart radio show. He'll be coming on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. And we also do have a couple other names that are going to be coming on as well. Angela, if you want to fill us in with the people that you've contacted
Um,
and signed.
we have Erin Michelle Soto from Studio City, plays Christine. She's coming on for a little while. And I'm in the process of confirming a couple more, so I'm gonna
All right, hold off on that. Yep.
hold off on. Yeah.
I did reach out to Jacqueline Grace Lopez.
Hmm.
Um, she said to get in touch with her as the time gets closer. So maybe we'll see. It's a
Hmm.
possibility. Um, so there are some irons in the fire,
Yes.
so to speak. We will definitely get things going. But
Hmm.
either way, we're gonna have a good time. It's all to benefit Samantha's friends. Um, and also Alice, who runs the charity, is going to help us with getting some other names as well.
Hmm.
Um, so it's going to be a great time. That's this Saturday through Sunday,
Yes.
12 noon to 12 noon Eastern, right here on all the channels that you're watching right now. And we'll be
Hmm.
talking all about soaps, talking about wrestling. We'll have the interviews. Who knows what else may come in to watch, to talk about, because for 24 hours we're gonna fill the time somehow. Um, I know Jonathan from Chair Shot Sports. How you doing, Donna? Welcome to the chat. Um, Samantha's Friends is an organization that helps to home and rehome service animals, whether it's for veterans or the elderly or whoever needs um, service animals. If the parent, you know, the owner of the service animal happens to um, need to be deployed or hospitalized or whatever, Samantha's Friends does help out with them. Uh, and their website is samanthasfriends.org. Go over to their website and check it out. They do hold 2 galas in Florida um, every year. That's attended by a lot of stars from The Bay, a lot of stars from Days of Our Lives. So um, we are working with them. There might be some names coming from there as well. So with that said, um, that's about that's where we are. That's this coming Saturday into Sunday. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned. Dockside at the Bay will be back this week. Kim wasn't feeling too well last week, so we weren't able to record. But Dockside at the Bay will be back this week. We're doing another episode of Take Me Down to Studio City. And as well, we'll have to plan the next time for Angela Answers Fan Mail. Not sure if that's going to be this week or next. So either way, folks, again, thank you so much. Go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Suds and Squared Circle to sign up for all of our stuff coming up early. Any of our stuff that's pre-recorded gets sent to Patreon early before it hits YouTube or the RSS feeds. Also, if you want to help support the show, buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media. It helps us to get to events and stuff. Just helps us to make our show better for you and all of our networks. So go over to buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media. So let's see. That's pretty much it. We didn't see much of Lulu. She's still in the coma.
Still just getting the side view.
Yeah, hopefully within the next week or so, she should be waking up. Because the new actress is on set and has been filming. So
it has been filming for a while. So I would assume we see her before the end of Sweeps. And we've gotten a couple of pictures from behind the scenes. They're filming well into December at this point. They're filming like around Christmas. I'm pretty sure they have to finish December before they go on Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
And then when they come back from Thanksgiving break, they do January into February sweeps.
Yeah. So it remains to be seen what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
So, all right, Taiwan, go ahead and listen to the earlier in the episode about what happened with Drew and Willow. They basically created an amateur porn for Michael to watch on the nanny cam.
Inadvertently.
Yeah, inadvertently. Although they must have been having some pretty wild sex if they knocked over the bear that was on the dresser.
I watch this and I really hope that the whole Toy Story thing isn't real because those poor toys do not deserve that. Just saying.
Oh God. And on that note, folks, we're gonna end the show. Angela, where can everybody find you?
PettyPrattle.com, Brooklyn74 on Twitter. You can also buy me a coffee at Brooklyn74 at Buy Me a Coffee. And here, there, and everywhere. Just kind of hanging out, doing the thing.
And as always, you can find me on Twix at Vinnie Suds. I'm also Vinnie Suds on Facebook, at Suds Media on Twix. And whether it's Suds and Squared Circle or Suds Media on every other social media that we've talked about. So for Angela, I'm Vinnie. We'll be back. Don't forget about this weekend for our 24-hour charity television. Definitely like and subscribe, get notified. And folks, have a great night. We'll be back with more Suds News.
Night, everybody.